Hello, welcome to Paul's Take, and this is my take on what if the world really was in big trouble. Not that it's not in relatively big trouble now with the coronavirus and everybody getting sick all over the place. But we're lucky. We live in a world, in a country where you just pass a bill and everybody gets a couple trillion dollars to help us through this hard times. But it's not hard to imagine that if we didn't have the government that we have now, if there was total gridlock, or if somehow the Fed ran out of money, or the money was worth nothing, what the chaos would happen. We were like on the brink of total annihilation and zombie apocalypse, whatever. Anyhow, I'm not trying to scare you, but just kind of make you grateful and understand the fragility of our economy. It wouldn't take much. Could you imagine the power went out? We're doing all this toilet paper hoarding, and we still got power, we got TV, we got food, the supermarkets are still open. They're not even shut down, and they're still hoarding toilet paper. So could you imagine if it was worse? If somehow the trucks stopped running? Thank goodness for the trucks. What if there was no more gas, and we couldn't get the vehicles running, and the power went out, and all that stuff? We'd be out to live out here in the sticks, just hiding from people, because they'd be trying to steal your crackers. Anyhow, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not even know what I'm doing. I'm just thinking, it seems like the world is a fragile place. Or is it? It seems like just a little thing would turn everything upside down. But will it? Maybe we are more resourceful than we think we are. Maybe we could, it seemed like to me, I'm out here in North Carolina, out in the sticks, where these little small neighborhoods would come together and we would make it happen. Whatever it took. We would figure it out. I don't think it'd be all that bad. I really don't. I think we'd come together, local governments would figure a way to make it all work. I think it'd be far worse if you were in a big city like New York or Los Angeles or San Francisco or Chicago, where you got so many people in a dense area. And if you got no power and no vehicles and no food, you're kind of screwed because you don't have local farms that can support that many people. Sorry, guys. Anyhow, maybe this is a lesson to all of us that maybe you don't want to live in a huge city. Maybe the place to be is somewhere like this, where you can go fishing if you had to. Or have friends with a local farm, or have a little farm yourself. If you have a few acres, you can have your own chickens. You'll be all right. Get a cow, you'll be styling. I don't think you need to be out in the middle of nowhere. Just be close enough to civilization where you're close enough to have the creatures of life, the creature comforts, yet you have the space to survive in a situation like this. Dig a well, have your own water, you'd be styling. Have some solar powers, you could be off the grid and be fine and not even realize it for years that the whole world around you fell apart. Anyhow, this may be a good opportunity to think about living off the grid. Get some solar powers, solar panels. Keep yourself a little spot to raise some chickens if you had to. If you had a well, it'd probably be fine. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of these places that are just far off enough where they have their own wells. They'll be fine. My brother has a well. He has his own septic tank. He's almost halfway there. All he needs is some solar cells. I think he'd be living high off the hog while everybody else is just falling apart. And his neighbor has a cornfield. How nice is that? Sneak into his field in the middle of the night and grab some corn. Maybe you could exchange corn for labor or something. Who knows? This is what I'm saying. In a smaller town like that, I think they have bargaining. They bargain. You do this for me, I'll do that for you. We'll take care of each other. When everybody else dies out, we can rule the world. Ooh. Anyhow, there's your advantages of living off the grid. Maybe being in a big city is not so great. I still think of a nice, decent-sized city nearby where you can go watch a movie and have some dinner would be ideal. But in the end, you'll be glad you had your little cabin hidden away where nobody can find you. There's an idea, a cabin. An RV with a plot of land somewhere. There's an idea. We should start our own little RV park. Yeah, no. Anyways, there's just some ideas to help you think about the future. And this might not be the first and last. This might be the beginning of a trend. Maybe the environment is fighting back. Maybe it's the government, or not the government, the secret government behind the governments, that are still trying to like knock us all, the population down to a small amount. I don't know. Either way, if it's nature or if it's a secret world government trying to wipe us all out, maybe being self-sustained is the way to go. Anyhow, that's my take on self-sustained living. Thanks for watching. Paul Steak.